Over recent years, there's been new legislation across the world by the European Commission that states that children in institutional care can be damaged, and there's a big push on trying to change institutions where children are kept in orphanages or children's homes for a long period of time, and try to reintegrate them back into society or communities. And this is all across the world. And we all know that a child is best placed with a family. The reality of it is it becomes extremely difficult, especially in countries like Kenya. So to implement something like that is incredibly difficult because lack of resource, lack of funding. And so our work here, as much as we are trying to make strides to work with that change, is still really difficult for us, but we are trying. So over the last 2 years, we've been working really closely with families and trying to family trace to see whether any of the children that we've rescued over the last decade can be reintegrated back to any guardians or family members, which we have already reintegrated 6 children. It's been an incredibly slow process. It's very emotional, and it's extremely difficult to keep control over what goes on in the family environment. So our social workers and the staff have a big task to make sure they do lots of follow-ups. We're still providing, where possible, food packages, education, healthcare, all the things we were providing in the home, we're still doing outside in a community-based care setting. So that's the children that have been rescuing over the last 10 years. To be able to continue the same kind of work and to make sure that we are rescuing or making a difference to the most vulnerable children, we're still identifying children in the community. But this time, instead of bringing them into the children's home on a long-term basis, we are trying to support them in their community. Again, which is incredibly difficult, especially when you see some of the environments they're living in. We just going to show you some footage of Sayumu and her siblings. There's 4 girls living in an incredibly difficult residency, if you like. And we're going to show you how that is and how that translates to the fact that we're not going to bring them and take them away from their mum, that they have a mum and a dad, although he's blind, but the mum is there. So we're trying to support them in education because these girls never went to school. They've certainly got lots of health issues. We're having to provide clothes for them and uniform. And from our side here, we're still supplying medication to make sure that they are healthy outside in the community. But the most important thing is they are remaining with their mother.
We're saving our lives. It's to make a better day, just you and me. Tena tunacholala ni cha mabao na kimewekewa falka. Mimi nalala, mimi Fatuma na Rose.
Mimi naitwa Mbei Mwakalo. Nimeshukuru kwa kuwa watoto wanasoma huko Fute Press. Na kinachonifurahisha hasa watoto wangu wote wanaongea Kizungu. Walikuwa hawaongei Kizungu. Lakini wanaongea Kizungu, waambiwa nyimbo za Kizungu hapa, alafu pia wanaongea Kizungu, wanataka kitu wanaambiana Kizungu na wanaelewa. Hata Rose pia anajua kuongea Kizungu. Kwa hiyo nimeshukuru sana kwa kuwa anasoma Fute Press Academy. Nimeshukuru sana.
Through the work that we do and through the family tracing or the community work that we do, we have identified lots of children and families that obviously still need our support. Like I said, you've seen Sayumu and her siblings, and we're trying to keep them within their family environment, but still providing the necessities and the basics that they need. However, we've also identified children that they may have guardians, they may have a mother, that are still living in incredible difficult situations, but we feel that they are not in a safe environment. So instead of trying to keep them into a children's home again for a long period of time, we are actually using our school as a boarding facility. So the boarding facility allows a child to stay here for a longer period of time. So where if it's for a term, they can stay, they're educated, they can stay at night, they're getting fed regularly, they're getting the healthcare they need, because their environment back at home is still a high risk environment for them to live in. A typical example of that is Jeffrey and Elvis and Miriam and Faida that we rescued at the back end of last year. Their mum, we tried to empower her. They were incredibly sick, so we're trying to empower the family, and we bring her here so she makes sure that she sees her children, and we're hoping then to try and work with that family to reintegrate these children at a later date. But in the meantime, they're all here living in the boarding facility where we know that they are safe and they're getting the medication they need, because they need a lot of medication, and they're getting their education, and they're living in an environment that's happy and with lots of children around.
I'm the social worker, Footprints Children's Home. My work has been dealing with the general welfare of the children, but with the new transition of community-based support program, I currently do identify needy families who need to be supported by the charity, as well as preparing children who should be reintegrated back to the community.
I had a vision that I wanted to try and build a home to try and make a difference to some of the children's lives. There are very little provision in Kenya that provide support or help for children, the elderly, disability, and so I just felt that it was my opportunity to see whether I could do something to try and make that difference.
My name is Jemima Nasimi Wanyonyi. I'm a preschool teacher at Footprints Academy. We basically teach the CBC, that is the new curriculum. And with our school, children usually learn through play, of which it's entertaining, and they learn through exploration and manipulation of materials. Generally, we make a lot of materials and we ensure that they learn through them.
My name is Raphael. I'm one among the eldest children in Footprints Children's Home. To start off, in Africa, all kids are born with dreams and visions of always having a better tomorrow. But since the world is not a wish-granting factor, these dreams end up just going that way due to some unexpected or some traumatic experiences in the early life. Well, here in Footprints, I came here when I was a young boy. Now, as I can see, I'm a big person. My life just began like that of another African child in Africa, full of hope and full of dreams. But all of a sudden, the dream was shattered after the death of my mom. I was taken to another children's center whereby the conditions were not so conducive for any orphan child, hence resulting to the transfer into Footprints Children's Home. And for that case, what I can say, truly, Footprints has transformed me in many ways. I've undergone through the education system, the 844 now in university, doing bachelor's degree in international relations and diplomacy. Of course, yeah, I love the cause because it matches perfectly with my heart and what I like to do in the coming future. More importantly, I like coming home during the holidays so that I can come and help around, encourage my other brothers and sisters who are the best I've got, I can say. They're just like a part of family to me for now. And then helping around the home makes me feel happy because this is a place where I was once offered a shoulder to lean on and shed my tears from there. And for that case, I monitor and mentor my younger brothers and sisters and tell them that through hard work, God included also, and zeal, everything is possible. I'd like to take this time also to thank Mama Kerry and all those who took part in making Mama Kerry realize a vision of bringing up this children's home. And hopefully in the near future, I hope, or I'm very much optimistic that I'll use the much light which she instilled in me to help other needy children in the society too. So thank you very much.
Hello, my names are Mary Mwende. I live at Footprints Children's Home. Before I came to Footprints, I was living at Msulwa village, whereby I could not get education, shelter, and also food. But when I came to Footprints, I was able to get food, go to school. I went through primary education, secondary education, and then I proceeded to university. I'm now in Chuka University. I'm doing accounting, of which I'm enjoying it. It is very interesting. And also, I'm proud of myself and also the Footprints family, who have been able to support me throughout until today, this moment. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Continue supporting the children so that they can also see the future.
Hi everyone, my name is Jane and I'm among the eldest children of Footprints Children's Home. I came in this home 2010 June, and since then my life has never been the same. My life has really changed. When I came here, I didn't know how to speak English. I was only speaking Swahili, and I wasn't going to school. And when I came here, I started schooling from class 6, and now I'm in university or college doing what I like, that is catering or hospitality. And I love that cause so much. Since I came to Footprints, I've been praying to God that my life would run smoothly through my hard work, and support from every one of you has empowered me through many ways, in terms of behavior, in terms of working. I really thank you so much for your help and care. And my passion was to become a great chef. Thank you so much. May God bless you.
As parents, I think one of our proudest moments is knowing that when our children reach independent state, if you like, or they leave home and they're successful and they're kind and compassionate and have all the skills that you hope as a parent that you've done to guide them, it just makes you really proud. And that's not no different for the children that have come through the Footprints family journey, if you like. We've created the over 18s Makwangani Stepping Stone Youth Programme, and all our over 18s have now transitioned onto that programme, whether they're still in high school or whether they've left high school and in further education. We have brought another small piece of land that we hope in the future, as time allows and funding allows, that we can build small structures on there, that some of these children can still find a place of residency at times. These children have got nowhere else to go, so we wanted a stepping stone point for them where they can drop in, drop out, still feel part of a family, at the same time as progressing with their further education until they actually reach a point of independence. So again, this would never be possible without everybody's support, everybody's help over the last 14 years. So thank you for believing in the vision. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for continuing to be part of the Footprints family.
With your help and support over the last 14 years, the Footprints family have been able to provide regular meals, quality education, healthcare, and most of all, the security of a home where the children feel safe in, they're cared for, and they can be children again and smile again. It has been the greatest challenge of my life, whereby I thought that rescuing a child feeding him 3 times a day, give them a bed to sleep on would be the answer. But these children have come with the most harrowing of situations. In the beginning, it takes time for them to readjust into the footprint safe environment. And we have to continue supporting their well-beings to get them through their most traumatic childhoods.
Thank you for the difference that you're making to children in our world, in part of our world that is so unbalanced in wealth and opportunity. You are helping me make that difference.